I'm gonna try an apocalypse. Okay, that's just like I pick stuff up and then do things. Oh, there's a tutorial. Yeah, that sounds good. Hold the grab control to skip my words, but every time you do, the reds will drop an extra nuke. No, not the reds. Move to the yellow X. Uh-huh. I did. Keep the legs move. Okay. Fun time's over. It's a matter of life and death. Find your son Timmy now. Oh, it's like third person perspective, so we can see through walls and shit. That's cool. I don't know where he is. I think he's dead. Nope. Sorry, Timmy. No, I'm sorry. Oh, there he is. You're not here. Angry Yelly Man, he's not here. Oh, there he is. He's on his bed. Good thing you know the layout of your house. Yeah, I think that was clear. Family comes first. Grab Timmy. He will be the first to visit your cozy shelter. I have grabbed Timmy. Consider taking other family members too. Wait, does she take 3 slots? Find the highlighted soup can and grab it. This is some intense stuff we got going on right now. How do I know which one the highlighted one is? Is that highlighted? Okay. I mean, I don't... Yeah, okay. Soup is an excellent choice. This can sustain a family for a day. Every American atomic shelter also needs a supply of water. Hunt for some bottles. What's in the kitchen? I have to find the highlighted one? I remember when this was a Gatecrasher stream. To the shelter, which is there. You can only carry so much and each item weighs 1 slot. You need to drop whatever you're carrying at the hatch before you can pick up more. Very good. Very good. Why doesn't my family pull their weight? Why am I having to like carry them into the shelter instead of them just like picking it up? You know, picking the stuff up. And going in on their own. Why is there a picture of her on the wall in our bedroom but not of me? Oh, there is a picture of me. Okay, good. Mine's actually larger than hers. Because I'm fat. I see. I see. I'm implying that if you were a video game character, you would ram into other things repeatedly. Oh, that's not a radio. Collect 5 items and drop them off in the shelter in time. Okay. The game broke. I broke the game. Collect at least 5 more items and family members? That's a lot of family members. Jump! Jump, you fat man! What? What just happened? I, like, was drifting there or something. Oh god. Get the gun. Who is that a photo of? Come on, wife! Boy Scout book, very good. An axe, an axe! A medkit, no room! Oh god, we're dead. Let's try that again. Make sure you get yourself and your supplies to the shelter zone before the clock goes ringy ring ring ring. I see. I see what that's implying. The family doesn't believe that a bomb is dropping? Those fools. The text is broken. You guys are seeing that too, right? I feel like this is like training me. I feel like this knowledge will come in extremely handy shortly. Let's get the gun soup water next time. No time for our daughter. I might actually go pro at this. I think that one's a trap. Ah! Did we get Timmy? No! Oh, I think I died again. Oh my god. 30 minutes from now. No, an hour and a half from now is Dungeons and Dragons. Sraiguma. Which would I grab first, IRL? Caitlyn, a wizard hat, or sectoid plushie? Caitlyn would be grabbing me, probably. I would be streaming and wouldn't notice anything was happening. And if you ever see me streaming, I'm just sitting here streaming, right? And then Caitlyn runs up beside me and just grabs me and picks me up and takes me away, especially if she's also holding a can of tomato soup. You will... That's a dead giveaway that nuclear apocalypse has happened. We're playing the Tomb of Horrors bullshit. We're playing Tome of Annihilation. I don't know if it's bullshit or not. That's a value judgment. I'm not very comfortable with that. We're getting better. This is my sort of game. This like progressive min-maxing, I can get into this. I did it, right? Is that good? Yeah? Now you know how to get what you need to survive, but your training is far from over. I'll see you downstairs for survival training at ease. Alright, that's not That's not a safe way to go down a ladder. We are considerably better stocked than when I just let the game start this for me. You made it to the shelter, congratulations, but the drill's not over yet. You'll end up here with whatever and whomever. Because with takes an ablative. With him, not with he. That's you know, I am me, but he doesn't. I give up. Hello, cat. The cats have started sleeping on the bed with us again for the last week. It's been wonderful. My wife looks like an asterisk? Excuse you. Excuse you. I am, I actually, methinks. Yes, exactly. Who sooth for and 20 blackbirds? You'll need to make the most of it. The next few days will teach you how to survive down here while the world outside burns. Explore and interact with your surroundings. You can always find out useful things about your shelter and its inhabitants when your survival journal is not opened yet or hidden. Can you? First things first, we must ration food and water. If you don't wine down yourself and the folks you brought with you, you can bet your bottom dollar none of you will ever see the light of day again. As long as you have food and water available, ration it out to a given person by selecting the picture of a can or bottle. A normal person can only survive 4 days without water. As to food, the longer you deny your people rations, the weaker they will get and might eventually get sick. Even if you manage to cure them, it will take you quite a few cans and a lot of time to replenish their strength. I see. Can I just click there? Just click there. Since this is your first day down here, you'll need to get used to your surroundings. Believe me, ventilation hum can drive anyone nuts if you don't occupy yourself with something to do. Get some decent rest and we'll carry on tomorrow nighty-night. I thought I was able to like familiarize myself with my surroundings and interact with them. I see no evidence that I can interact with these. Like, I can click on them? Is that what it means? Oh, the Scout Handbook gives us tips. We can place markers on the map. Our wife's name is Dolores. That should have been the first hint that everything was going to go wrong. You wet lettuce. Oh, we didn't get any bullets. Good morning, survivalists. This is how I will start addressing Twitch chat. All right, from now on, all of you who are in Twitch chat are stuck there forever. Because everywhere except Twitch chat is a nuclear apocalypse. This is your life now. You are allowed to eat only tomato soup and water, and you have to hang out with each other without showering. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no, not like this. Just, you can only move up. It's kind of like every day for you. I'm sorry, Bordy. We'll start today's activities with rationing since you need to do it every day, but after that we'll move on to something else. Got your attention? Good. Now listen, there's a risk you will run out of supplies eventually. Everything can be useful, but food and water are critical to your survival. If they are gone, you will be gone sooner than you can say corn dog. Corn dog. Corn dog. Corn dog. It's a long one-syllable word. Corn dog versus like, oh, it's a two-syllable. 2 words. Corn dog versus like bullet. Bullet. Corn dog. I can't do that. Corn dog. Corn dog. So sometimes you will need to... I bet the reason that there aren't corn dogs in other countries is like they roll their R's and stuff and it would just sound too absurd. Corn dog. My dear Maria, it is time for our candlelit dinner. Sip gently on your cough medicine while I prepare. The corn dog. Probably. See, I would be dead by now, is what this is trying to say. So sometimes you'll need to send people to the surface to bring in more supplies. My wife's name is Dolores, it's true. Hey, and Nick. Who are you looking for exactly? Are you looking for Steve? Steve might not be here right now. We may be having one of those like horror movie situations where like, you know, like The Shining. Danny's not here right now. That might be going on. You do this by preparing an expedition a day before it actually departs. Be careful though. Tired survivors can never be a part of an expedition. Today we'll skip preparations and jump directly into sending someone brave outside. Okay. Sending people out into the wasteland is no walk in the park. Do it too early or without a gas mask, then you can bet it's a suicide mission for them. Send healthy people and well-fed people. Sick, hurt, or crazed people are more likely to perish out there. You can send one person at a time. Let's give it a try. This time you will need to send someone out, but if you ever want to skip a trip to the surface, don't select anyone. I'm sending Dolores. She found out about Maria and it's been awkward since then. What am I drinking? I'm drinking ginger beer. Nick, why are you awake at 6:40 in the morning? Nick, why? Why? Oh no, where'd my wife go? Map. This is a map. That's what the X is signifying, that it is the map. See if the X were on the Boy Scout book, which gives us a different tip every day. Beware of bandits roaming the wasteland looking for easy and defenseless prey. And then it has like a thing there. I don't know what that is. Is that a bandit? Maybe that's a bandit. Nick is an adult. I'm proud of you, Nick. I woke up at 9:40 a.m. today, and I was quite pleased. This is a drill, so your explorer will come back after a little while, but in an event of a real apocalypse, they might be gone for a couple of days. In the meantime, you'll be faced with other problems that will test you to the limits. I'm talking about making decisions that can break even the best of men or women's moral spine. I assume men or women's. We'll see what clay you're made of. Bible reference? But first, ration your food and water. We don't want anyone starving now, do we? It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new. And Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she'll make it back safe and sound. Oh yeah, that's very important. I'm an army man, so I don't know a second thing about imagination. Wow. Okay then. Okay. Is the wife just sitting on the couch watching TV while you torture yourself down here? Possible. I don't know what the wife is up to. She probably misses me. We have a very healthy relationship, I'm sure. Corn dog. Picture this scenario. You come across your kid's hamster who in some bizarre way found its way to the shelter. The kids are obviously going to love it and so will you. There's nothing better than food that comes to you on its own. Now it's up to you. Do you cook him? Like before eating him? Yes. You would not want to eat a raw hamster. Can I show you the bottle like I'm sponsored by them? This is Bundaberg ginger beer. This is Australian, I think. Yeah, Australian family owned. My grandfather really likes this ginger beer. He still lives back in New Zealand. He drinks like one a day, and we get them on occasion. They make me nostalgic and also sort of bloated, but mostly nostalgic. Good choice. Everyone had a bite, and fresh meat will not be as easy to come by in the days ahead. Best to take any chance you can get to eat. Believe me, you will find yourself and your family in much more dire circumstances than this, and there won't be a hamster around to save your ass. Mary Jane seems fine. To me, we're bred. Nothing new going. Who do you think does the drawings? Like which member of the family? I think it might be Ted. You might be faced with decisions that require you to use your equipment. However, sometimes you might find you don't have the one item that was supposed to save the day. So make sure you scavenge the right supplies before the blast. Keep in mind, every item can be used for something. What do you want to do today? Clean a rifle? Listen to the radio? Or maybe play Shadow Bunnies using your flashlight? I will listen to the radio. Is it like Foster's? I think people in Australia actually drink this. I don't think Dolores was just sitting on the couch. Hungry, hurt, and tired. Oh, it like says. Can I use the first aid kit on the wife? No, not allowed. Maria didn't go down easy. The radio is critical to establishing communications with the U.S. Army, as well as for listening out for any trouble that might be headed your way. If you get lucky, maybe you'll catch some music too. Good news, everyone, the expedition is back. Sometimes they will return with extra supplies, sometimes they won't. Other times they'll come back with a nasty injury or even radiation sickness. Believe me, you don't want to get those. I hear glowing in the dark isn't as fun as it sounds. This time your explorer was hurt, but they will recover after the proper use of a first aid kit. You can use one during rationing. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. As the educated and cultured people we are, we have obviously visited the local theater in the past. Obviously. Have you guys visited your local theater? I went to like several plays when I was like younger and was actively dating a woman. But like once I actually was like steadily dating one, it's like one of those things where like that was a thing where I like signaled that I was like intelligent and artsy and interested in these sorts of things. But then once I'm actually dating someone, I have no interest in doing that. No. That's no. Dating advice from JoINrbs. I don't know. I enjoyed a Shakespeare play or two. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. As the educated in theater, we're also proud to admit that we only fell asleep once during one of the 2 plays we've ever seen. Either way, we had no problems finding the building. We decided to check out for supplies. This must have been one boring play if the only props being used were bottles. The scene was practically filled with them. Thankfully, some had water in them. Is that a reference? I never know if it's a reference. Literal virtue signaling. We half expected the theater cafeteria to be in a sorry state. Surprisingly, the atomic blast spared most of it, and we were able to admire their selection of foods. Okay. Soup. We're going to starve to death. You need at least one adult alive to keep going. If you send your only survivor to the surface, you won't know what's happening in your bunker until they come back. And when they do, your shelter might already belong to someone else. A decent padlock may protect it, but not for long. This was a busy day. Take your time and get some sleep. If you made it this far, you're doing great. How could we possibly have lost by now? How could we possibly have lost by now? We would have had to not feed anyone for 4 days in a row while the game told us progressively more forcefully that they were dying of thirst. I don't think the game would have let us, actually. I don't think it would be possible for us to have lost by now. Ooh, this time we get to equip the Explorer with some gear. Anything can be useful outside, and some items even improve scavengers' chances of survival. Notice you have a suitcase. That's handy. With a suitcase, your Explorer can carry more. Go ahead, pick something. I'm sending our daughter, whose name is Mary Jane, I think. Sorry if I'm wrong, Mary Jane, or whatever your name is. I don't think we have bullets. Let's go like Boy Scout, map, and a flashlight. I wonder if you can like combine things. See, that seems like a good combo. Because we'll like look around, you know. Send the kid with the gun. See, this is why I don't ask you, Wet Lettuce. This is why I don't ask you. Send the daughter and equip her with a chess set. We only have checkers, unfortunately. You're probably asking yourself one simple question. What's the point of sitting in this atomic shelter? Why don't I just leave? Well, leaving is a death sentence. If the radioactive sickness doesn't kill you, then the giant scorpions will. You can trust me on that. Your one chance is our boys arriving to rescue you. Our boys. So every good citizen, our boys. So you have to seek contact with the military and await rescue. Okay. We're out of food. You need to keep your radio operational and be ready to venture into the waste. However, you also need to be careful. It might not be only our soldiers out there. They could be bandits or worse, globalists. Globalists in my country. Okay, the instructor seems to be going slowly insane. I don't know what's wrong with sending the girl with the Boy Scouts book. You think that the Boy Scouts advice can apply if you like... Really? Come on now. You'll need to remember that some days will be very intense. A lot of things will happen that you'll need to be prepared for. That was a very specific sentence which ended with a preposition. A lot of things will happen that you'll need to be prepared for. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Call me Ishmael. A lot of things will happen that you'll need to be prepared for. The opening lines of my masterpiece. That's why any day that gives you a break is a blessing, and you'll need to make sure you make the most of it. Eat, drink, and relax. Oh, they don't use the Oxford comma. While thinking about all those commie bastards who don't have comfy bunkers like you. That's some double alliteration there. Commie bastards with comfy bunkers. Not with comfy bunkers. That thought always gets me through the day. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. She's lost the Boy Scouts book. Mary Jane? Mary Jane. Mary Jane. Your daughter is named after pot. Yeah, possible. One of our neighbors had a boat of his own. The old timer wasn't happy to let anyone... Oh, old timer. The old timer. I think that's hyphenated. Wasn't happy to let anyone use it and just kept it in his yard. It's still there, but the neighbor isn't. We finally got a chance to get a look inside. We found a few soup cans in the yacht's cargo hold. The yacht. It's like the worst word in the English language. Yacht. If you put that backwards, it would be K, which would actually be a more readable word. I feel like if a word is more readable backwards, something has gone wrong. It seems rich people like soup too. Soup is great. We love soup. Soup. Since the ocean is pretty salty, keeping a supply of drinkable water on board was a pretty reasonable precaution to take. Now it's reasonable for us to take it all with us. The scout handbook was really useful. Too bad we lost it during the expedition. Fucking hell, Mary Jane. All you got was 2 bottles of water? Says she found a few soup cans, only brings 1 back. I see what you're saying there. There's like a little man there. Is that an alien? I don't know who that is. If I were you, I'd check the door. Our extraction team might be coming for you any day now, but be careful. This is a post-apocalyptic scenario and you never know what's coming. Someone's at the door. You can hear several knocks. If you listen closely, you can make out sequences of 3 knocks. Do you open the door? Well, the military man said he'd knock twice, but I didn't read what he said very well. And also, I have no faith in the game's developers. I know maths is hard. Why does this game claim to be American, but use British spellings and abbreviations? I am all for banning it in schools, but seriously, how do you mistake 2 for 3? I just didn't trust you. I just didn't trust you. I thought that you had forgotten that it was 2 knocks. You are only to open up on 2 knocks. If this was a real apocalypse, someone would probably be cooking your leg over a campfire, or worse, making you read marks. What is happening? I'm curious what is happening. As you were counting imaginary sheep in your head, another series of knocks broke your concentration. Someone is really hammering on your door and probably not taking no for an answer. 2 knocks, 2 knocks. The pattern keeps repeating. Do you open the door? Yes! I do. The end. Do we win? Good job. You're safe and sound without brave soldiers, and now we can all have some apple pie. You deserve it. You can now go back to your lovely house and continue your idyllic lives. If any atomic trouble comes your way, you know what to do and how to save yourself. I do hope it never comes to this, but if it does, good luck. See you when all this blows over. Boom. Boom. Professional apocalypse survivor JoINrbs. Saved by the U.S. military.